Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Snags it quickly on the left. There he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got his man downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, they're after him. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
Bounced off his feet. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
On the run from inside his own 5. Gets it out to the 33 before he goes out of bounds. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Oh, he's got some space. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lott. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. A strike downfield. He's loose down the middle. Past the 30. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll bring it back. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. They'll run play action. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Good disciplined defense on that play. It's third and long, right? You're not going to bite on a play fake. Nobody's going for that. Everyone knows it's a passing situation, and they use their speed to get to the QB.
That's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision. And you see all those things on one punt return, takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got it on the outside. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Caught in the backfield. It's Taylor. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The running back has it. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The RPO fired complete to the left. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Dogs come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you've got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
They'll play it safe and try for three. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game. This should be the last play of the quarter. On the run, it's Jackson. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Brings up second down.
Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a second down. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
From the gun, wants to pass. And it's knocked away, incomplete on third down.
You threw the incompletion, you've got fourth down in your own end, but you want to keep the good times rolling, right? Things have just been getting better and better early in this game. You kicked a field goal, then you got a touchdown. You don't want to punt right here. So if I'm the offensive coordinator, it's really, really hard. You're begging your coach to let you stay on the field here and try and convert this fourth down.
The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He's going to run it. Breaks into the open. Inside the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Dogs!
He doesn't need anything to be open. He just makes it happen himself. Hey, I'm going to call a pass. I want to throw the ball down the field. Oh, it's not open? Okay. I'm just going to pull it down, make it happen, take it to the house. What a scramble by the quarterback.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Notre Dame. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll pull it on the read. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with it.
Gonna let it fly. And it's picked off right at the goal line. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Loss to fire on second down. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Makes the catch. It's Chubb. Turning it on. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
They'll move the tight end. Quick release by the QB. At the 20, he's got space. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Caught in the backfield, it's Chubb. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he puts through the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the back. There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Reads it, fires complete. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. Here comes the offense on first and 10 from the 47. He'll do it himself. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Buckeyes getting set on first and 10. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming.
3:25.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Got a man, it's Pitts. And he's still running after the move. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the run, it's Jackson. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Buys a little extra time. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's looking to throw. Puts it out of the air. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
What a huge play. And that just goes to show you, man, when this guy is covered, he's open. Final play of the first half. I think everybody knows where the ball is going, and still they can't stop him from hauling it in the end zone, giving his team the lead on the last play of the first half. That was huge.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Jordan. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense, and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Oh, a lot of space. At the 30. He's at the touchdown, Georgia. They take the lead with the 6.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire. And a game like this makes you harken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowout.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Handoff from the gun. Got the first down and still on his feet. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of his spot.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Got it behind the line. It's Roberts. At 35, he's open. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quarterback extends the play. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Gives it on the option. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Quarterback on the keeper. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Absolutely perfect. That'll cut the lead to one, 28-27.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Wiley. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Caught close to the marker. It's Wiley. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He's looking to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. And the sticky fingers makes that two-point conversion decision a good one. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Pulls it, fired complete. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's locked. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. From the gun, running back on the move. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
He might want another play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. That will be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. He'll try to do it himself. Quarterback gets the first down. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Bounced right back to them.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football offense. Very lucky to get that football back.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Quarterback making adjustments. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It falls incomplete, and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. These 2 teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Smashes it between the uprights. And they go back on top. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Pitt is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. They've got to be loving this in the Steel City. They're up by 25 over Notre Dame. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking to throw. Fires to the right. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the 4th quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all this stuff.
He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. Great job by the back on the option.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Second down, he'll throw it. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll run it from the gun. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Got enough space. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And that extra point is a big one, as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. To the air on first down. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. And his throw is incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Pocket breaking down. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Quarterback making checks. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Making side adjustments here. Back to pass. Going over the top. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Here's a heat. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football maybe, take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Makes a nice grab at the 25. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And here's the third interception of the night. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Loses 2. Third down coming up.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. Looking for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's going to go down as time has run out. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this